book is going to give you signs and red flags of whether your partner is into you or he's just basically drifting and wasting your time. So go to Amazon and download the Kindle free trial membership. Doesn't cost you anything. And check it out. It may help you. Okay? And have a great day.
Hi, you guys. It's Yaz. Good morning. Today I'm going to talk about something that's so common with so many different people, okay? When you date somebody and you have a huge age gap between you and the other person, they could be over 10 years older than you or 10 years younger than you. And we're just going to talk about dating in general and what you see a lot of. Today you see a lot of men that are generally over 40 that want to date somebody who's either in their 20s or early 30s. And you have older women who are dating much younger men in the same category. What's going on is when you date somebody with a huge age gap, there's things that you have to keep in mind, okay? You can meet somebody, and just a caveat, when you're on the dating apps, and you're a female, and a lot of the men lie on their age, as you should be aware of. So you have to be careful of that. You have to check somebody out, okay? Because a lot of men that are over 40 on the dating apps lie because they're trying to get younger women, okay? Why do they want younger women? Well, there's a lot of different reasons why they want younger women, okay? They could want younger women because, number one, they feel they look better, they look fresher, their skin looks better. In their minds, this is what they're thinking, okay? But a lot of older men, okay, have either been divorced, they could have kids, and if you're going to date somebody that's much older, let's say you're in your 20s and you're dating somebody, 10 years older or over 40, there's things you have to take into consideration. Number one, they could be more established in their life. It's a trade-off. You may get somebody that's more established in their life. Maybe they're more settled. Maybe they have their own home. Maybe they're doing well in their career. Okay, but there's also, drawbacks as well, because you may have to deal with their children who may not like you. And that happens in a lot of cases. Those people that you date that are older may not want to have children or can't have children. And this is an important topic that you have to think about if you are younger and you want to have children. One of the main topics you should talk to with somebody when there's a huge age gap is whether the both of you are on the same page as to whether you want children. Because that's a deal breaker. That is a deal breaker. And if you're dating somebody older that has children and you want children, you have to understand that your kids are going to have to blend with their kids, okay, as one big family. If it becomes a serious relationship, you're going to have family get-togethers. You're going to want to all get along. So if you're dating somebody in a situation like that, you have to look at not just the person, but the situation that they're in, okay? If you're dating somebody who's been divorced, okay, or not necessarily even been divorced, just has children and is older, okay, and you're looking to have children with this person, you have to understand that your family is going to have to blend with their family. Okay, that's one issue. Another issue that you have to take into consideration is that person, as the two of you get older, that person is going to be slowing down. They're not going to want to be going, out all the time as much as maybe you want to go out all the time. I hear that a lot from men that are older. They'll be dating younger women, and they say that these girls are always going out and partying. And I'm like, well, you're dating a younger woman. You're not at the same place. Now, it's not to say that, you can't be younger and want to, kind of kick back a little bit and not be out partying as much. but you have to know what somebody's into. Okay? Somebody that's older has been through that phase of life. That's why I always say, it's always good when you date someone when you're on the same page, when you want the same things, when you like to do the same things, or that you can compromise. All right? That's another large part of a relationship, is that, you're willing to compromise and do things that you don't like for that person. Maybe if you're not into sports, go to a sporting event, and they're willing to do the same for you if there's something that you're into. But if you're also a woman that's over 40, okay, it's very difficult, okay, because a lot of men that are over 40 don't want to date women their own age. A lot of them don't. That's just a fact, you guys. And that's why a lot of women are dating that are over 40 are either dating younger guys, maybe in their 30s, or they're dating way older men, okay? The problem with dating guys that are much younger is, in a lot of cases, sometimes an older woman that's dating a much younger guy, that younger guy might be with her for the wrong reasons, okay? In a lot of ways, it could be for beneficial reasons, okay? Some kind of financial benefit by being with an older woman, okay? Same thing as with a man the other way around. She may be settled, she may not be looking to get married, and, sometimes it's just something different and unique for a younger guy to go with an older woman. A lot of younger men like to go with older women because it's a new experience for them. They want to be with somebody that's mature and, something that they don't feel that pressure to have to get married in a lot of cases. So that's why you have a lot of younger guys going with older women, and you have a lot of younger guys going with older women for some kind of financial benefit too. So you have to really know who you're dating. You have to know who you're dating. And in a lot of cases, they don't show their colors right away. It could take months. It could take a year before somebody really shows you who they are. In some cases, if you're not sharp enough to see what kind of person you're dealing with, you may think that this person is all into you. You might be an older woman dating a younger guy and think that he's all into you. He's love bombing you and everything. And then down the road, he's looking for something, some kind of financial benefit. Maybe he's looking for you to invest in a business with him. Okay, but he's not going to bring it up to you right away. These are all things you have to be aware of when you're dating people and there's huge age gaps. You have to say to yourself, what is the benefit of this person dating me? Why does this person want to date me other than just the on the surface reasons that they tell you, oh, you're so beautiful and everything? There's beautiful people every age, okay? So when somebody says to you, oh, oh, you're so attractive, oh, you're so beautiful, that's one thing. But the thing is, you have to be unique within yourself for somebody to really differentiate wanting to date you, okay? Even when you're in your 20s, all right? There has to be something that sets you apart from the other person other than just looks. A lot of people don't get that. A lot of people think, oh, it's all based on looks. No, it's not based on looks. It's based on the inner person. I wish I could just tattoo this across the board here and try to explain to people, you have to look at the inner person. You have to look at somebody's character. Are they a responsible person? Is this somebody that you could trust with your kids? Is this somebody that you had kids with that if something happened to you, you could trust that they'll take care of your kids, okay? So that's what you have to look at when you're dating, or you're dating much older, or you're dating much younger, okay? Then you have to worry about the stigmatism and everything. Let's say you're dating somebody with a huge age gap and you go out in public. And people look and people stare, and you have to have a thick skin when you're dealing with somebody that's either much older or much younger. You can't let little things affect you from going out in public and people looking at you with an age gap, all right? Do relationships that have huge age gaps work? Yes, they do. I've seen it even in my own family. Yes, they do. Okay. But you're going to have a lot of obstacles that go along with it. All right. You're going to have a lot of obstacles that go along with it. So it's really, what you're willing to deal with and what you're not. If you're not willing to deal with an older person, and I guess one of the biggest issues is knowing that they've either been married or they've had children, that if you're dealing with somebody much older, you're going to have to deal with their children, okay? And a lot of people have problems with stepkids. A lot of stepkids don't like who their mother or their father is dating, all right? So you have to really look at the whole family dynamic and decide, okay, am I going to be able to get along with these people, or is this going to be a problem? I can't tell you how many people have problems with stepchildren, okay? Everybody's nice in the beginning. You meet these people, everybody's nice in the beginning. But as they get older, there'll be different issues. There'll be issues of jealousy. There'll be issues of jealousy as far as money, how much money that person is going to spend on you as opposed to their children. There will be other issues, how much time they're going to spend with you as opposed to their children, okay? There may even be a competition going on. And you don't see that yet because you're still young and you don't understand that as the relationship progresses, all right, there's going to be kind of these little things that you have to deal with and be able to adapt to. So if you're going to deal with somebody that's in a situation with that is older, that does have kids, you have to ask yourself, is this something I could deal with for the long term? Because it's a package deal. When you're dealing with somebody who's got children, it's a package deal. These kids are not going anywhere, okay? They're still a part of that person. Unless that person completely, totally has nothing to do with their children, okay? They're still there, and that's something you will have to deal with, okay? Good, bad, or not. You're going to have to decide if this is something that you could deal with. So, you may be dating somebody that is so much older, and maybe there's a lot of financial benefits to it because that person is established financially. But, sometimes you earn what you get, because if you're dating someone in a situation like that, they also have what you quote unquote have children, all right? They come along. They're the package deal. And you're going to have to go to events, okay, whether it's graduations, birthday parties. You may have to deal with situations with their exes, okay, involving the children. You may have to, you don't necessarily always come first. These are the trade-offs that you have, okay? This is what you have to trade off when you're dealing with somebody much older, okay? You have certain other benefits that you're dealing with somebody that's older, mature, experienced, but you're also dealing with their circumstances where they are in that stage of life. And as time goes on and you're dating that person will eventually slow down. That person may want to stay home a lot and you still want to keep going out. So it may not be a big deal when you're young, when you're in your 20s and your 30s and they're maybe in their early 40s, but in 10 or 20 years, it's an issue, okay? How do I know? Because I've seen it happen to people. So you just have to be aware of that, and you just have to realize, if I'm going to date somebody so much older, do the pros outweigh the cons? So that's, you can't just look at it like a regular relationship of somebody that is your own age, or maybe a 5-year age gap between you and the other person, because you guys are still like in the same place in life. Maybe you finished school, maybe you're beginning your career, maybe you're still into going out and having a good time, But when you date somebody that's older, it's a little different. They may want to do other kinds of things. They may want to do more mellow things with you. So you have to keep that in mind. I just wanted to touch upon, dating people that are much older or much younger. You have to really know yourself, and you have to really know what you want and what you could deal with. And I find that a lot of people that are in the dating world, they don't even know what they want. You ask people on the dating apps, what are you looking for? I don't know. Well, and a lot of times that's just a BS excuse, okay? Because a lot of times they do know what they want, but they don't want to be pinned down for saying that they want something, for example, casual. They're afraid to tell you casual because a lot of women want relationships. But you have to know yourself. You have to know what you can accept and what you can't accept. A lot of women, they think like, oh, well, I want to find a guy with a lot of money. So they'll go and they'll try to find a guy that has a lot of money, maybe an older guy. But what they don't understand is there's a price that goes with that, okay? If you date somebody that's generally an older man that has money, believe me when I tell you, there's a price tag on that, because you're going to have to give up a lot of other things that, you wouldn't have to give up if you were dating somebody your own age. In a lot of cases, that could be you're going to have to deal with the situation they're in. You're going to have to deal with their ex-wife. You're going to have to deal with their stepchildren who may not like you. You're going to have to deal with going to events for their kids. And if you don't get along with their kids, that's, something you're going to have to deal with different things that come along in their children's life. You have to keep that in mind. You can't just look at it, with rose-colored glasses and say, oh, well, I'm going to date this older guy that has a lot of money and, we're going to live in a big house and everything. That's fine if he hasn't been married and he hasn't had kids. But trust and believe, I'm sure in a lot of cases, he's been married and he does have children, and his children will be involved in his life. That's why a lot of older guys have said to me, oh, originally I wanted younger women, but they don't understand about me and my kids, okay? They don't understand that I need to spend time with my kids, or my kids come first. So you have to, understand when you're dealing with somebody that's older, that has children, their priority is not going to be 100% focused on you unless they're in a situation where they don't have children, okay? Or they don't get along with their children, okay? But even if they don't get along with their children, later on in life, their children can come back into their lives, okay? So just think about this when you're out there in the dating world and you're thinking about dating somebody and you don't know whether you should go for somebody that's older. You don't know if you should date somebody your own age. I always say, judge the person for the person, okay? Look at the whole situation. Look at that person's background. Look at that person's family. Look at that person's childhood. Look and see if that person has kids, the age that they have kids. Are they little kids? Are they older? Okay? These are all going to affect your relationship. So you want to be aware of all this, all right? I hope that helps you guys. I'm just trying to make you aware that when you have huge age gaps, like I said, there's pros and cons. There's a lot of women that I know that are over 40 that are having a hard time. When you're in your 20s or you're in your early 30s, that's the time that you don't want to waste with the wrong people, okay? You do not want to waste your time when you're in your prime, in your 20s, early 30s, with the wrong people and go out with somebody for a couple of years only to find out that this person was not right for you, or this person is not making a commitment to you. All right. If you have to struggle with somebody to make a commitment with you, guess what? You're not with the right person. Because when somebody is really into you and wants you, there will be no hesitation to move forward, okay? So just keep that in mind, and don't waste your time with the wrong people, because if you do waste your time with the wrong people, later on it will be more difficult. It will be more difficult. Your options will be more limited, okay? Because like I said, when you get older, a lot of the older guys, they want to go out with younger women. Not everybody. Don't come back at me and say, oh, that's not true. Not everybody, but a large percentage, okay? A large percentage. Believe me when I tell you, a large percentage, all right, of men, over 40 are looking for women, in their 20s and early 30s. So just keep that in mind. I hope that helps you. If it did, please hit the subscribe button and share. Have a great day. And like I said before, also send me any questions to askyaz909@gmail. Any topics or questions you want me to podcast on. And just like I said with dating, you guys, whether it's age gap, whether it's anything that you're dealing with, just know the person. Half these people that get into relationships don't even know who they're dating, don't even know that person's background, don't even know if that person is somebody they could rely on or trust. So, you shouldn't be running into relationships until you really looked at somebody and see them for who they are. Okay, look at their prior relationships. How did they treat their exes? That's a big clue on as to how they will treat you. Okay, I hope that helps. If it did, please hit the subscribe button, share. Have a great day, guys.